Hello guys, and welcome to yet another review on NNT Auto Reviews. My name is Tyler, and this is the 2016 Toyota Prius in the 3 trim level. Now we're going to be taking a full in-depth look at this car, so make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video to get a full knowledge. Before we get started, I'd like to give a giant thanks out to Curry Toyota Scion in Watertown, Connecticut for allowing me to check out the car in today's video. If you are interested in purchasing any Scion or Toyota, give them a call, stop by, or check out their inventory online. All their contact information can be found in the description box. Now this Prius does have a few options fitted to it. It has the all-weather floor liner package and a console and shifter applique package. Now the color option on this Prius is called Blue Crush Metallic, and it is one of 7 options. Now the Prius is only available currently in the hybrid powertrain, and it does only come with front wheel drive. Okay, so let's get technical up here in the front, starting with the headlights. So all your lighting is LED, and your single projector bulb is used for both the high and low beams. The only light up here that isn't LED is the turn signal. And down here, I'm not sure if you could see inside there, but you do have active grille shutters, which will close to give you better aerodynamics. So down here you do have 15-inch alloy wheels, but the alloy wheels are covered up with this plastic material here to aid with the aerodynamics. But the plastic does look pretty nice. You have some black accenting pockets right there, and you do have ventilated disc brakes in there as well. So coming down the side, your wheelbase stands at 106.3 inches. And you have this really nice gloss black accenting here on the side. And you have a really nicely styled mirror with the black accenting, the blue, and the chrome. You have your door handles there with the smart key access system, which I will demonstrate. And it has a really nice character line coming up all the way across the body there. So back here are your LED tail lamps. Really radical new design with these, but it looks really good. So you have your little window right here to aid in visibility, and you also have a third brake light there too. And you also have a wiper up here and your shark fin antenna up there. Down here is the exhaust outlet for the gas engine as well. So now let's go ahead and check out underneath the hood. So underneath the hood we find our gasoline engine, which is a 1.8 liter inline 4 with 95 horsepower at 5200 RPM and 105 pound-feet of torque at 3600 RPM. Also, your electric motor is a permanent magnet AC synchronous motor with 71 horsepower and 120 pound-feet of torque. And you do have nickel metal hydride batteries. The hood does require a prop, but it is extremely light. And there is a minimalistic amount of covers here. You just have this main one right here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and check out the interior, but not before showing off the smart key access system. So how this works is if you have your key fob on you and you want to lock the door from the outside not using your key fob, you can touch this little pattern right here and it will automatically lock. So now let's say you want to get into the vehicle, all you have to do is place your hand behind the handle and it'll unlock for you. Okay, so the interior color of this Prius is called Moonstone, and it's kind of like a light gray here, and you have the black accenting, and you also have these soft touch door panels here, and all 4 of your windows are automatic, which is pretty cool. You also have your chrome door handle, you have your window lock, you have your lock unlock for your doors, and your mirror controls. You can just click aside and you can just move it from there. You have little storage trays where you can put a bottle And you also have one of your 6 speakers right here in the door panel. So on the left of the dash you have these really nice blue accented air vents here. And you have really nice attention to detail there with the Prius logo embroidered there. So you also have a gauge dimmer, your traction control off button to do nice burnouts with this thing. So your gas tank, gas fuel door release is right here, and your hood release like we saw earlier. You also have your parking brake and your pedals down here. And your driver's seat is really nicely patterned here. You have some stitching located here, and a really nice pattern with your black accenting too. And the driver's seat is manual powered. Okay, so here's the key fob for the vehicle. It's a really nice looking key fob. You have the high gloss accents on the back, the Toyota Prius logo there. And then you also have your buttons here. You have your lock, unlock, and a panic button. So all you need to do to sort of start the vehicle is make sure you have the key on the interior and just press the power button and it will turn on for you. So it is now ready to drive, even though you don't hear the engine sound. Okay, so let's go ahead and start here on this really nice leather wrapped steering wheel. It's really soft and it has some give to it, and you have some stitching on the inside. So over here you have sort of all your media controls. You also have a trip button here. You have your plus and minus for your audio volume mode. You have your answer and hang up for your Bluetooth, as well as your voice commands. And over here, these will correspond to your second screen to the right over there, and that will tell you all kinds of various information about your eco driving habits and all that kind of stuff. And we will get into that a little bit later. So over here we have our lighting controls. You have daytime running lights off. You also have auto, parking lights, and your low beams. Then you have your high beams and your turn signals as well. So over here we have our front and rear light wiper controls, and down here on this little stalk we have our cruise control. So you can push it in right here to set it, and then you can push it in right here to cancel it, as well as reset, do your speed and all that kind of stuff. So up here, like you saw earlier, is kind of like your gauge cluster. So you have all your warning lights and all that good stuff up here. You have a digital speed readout, as well as your fuel and what mode you're in. So using the controls like we saw earlier, let's go ahead and look at some of the menus here on the right screen. So you have all kinds of charts about your driving monitors and fuel consumption, savings, and all that kind of stuff, which is pretty cool. And you can also go right and left, take a look at different menus like that. You have a compass, you have what your radio's doing, your climate control, your different warnings, messages, settings, and then it just goes back to your information screen. So right down here is your center stack, and you have these 2 air vents here that give the appearance that they're floating, which is pretty cool. And they have the nice Prius logos there, which is really great attention to detail here. So this is our media screen, and it is the N-Tune. So this is sort of your home screen, and it kind of is a 3 system. It kind of has 3 menus here at once. So you have your navigation there, you have your radio, and you have your phone. When you pair your phone up, that will show there. You can call people through your Bluetooth and all that stuff. So this is the main audio screen. It'll show you what's playing, then it'll show you what your stations are. You have apps, all kinds of cool stuff. You have your navigation screen right here. See, we're right here on Straits Turnpike at Curry Toyota. And you also have your audio, phone, messages, eco, you have setup, traffic, weather. You also have maintenance, which is one of my favorite features of this screen here. So you can really keep track of all your maintenance you go through here. You can keep track of when your air filter was changed. You can keep track of when your engine oil was changed, and it's really, really cool. So back to apps, you have weather. And you have your home screen, and you also have seek, track, and your some Bluetooth controls there. You also have a disk drive here. Up here's your hazards as well. You also have your volume knob, power, and tuning through the stations there. So down here is your climate control. It is an automatic thing, an automatic climate control rather. And you do have your front and rear defrost as well as your mirror defrosting. You have your off button as well as your different zones here. This is you have one zone, and you can just select your zones there. So you have recirculating the air conditioning, and you also have your eco mode there. This is your temperature button right here and your fan speed right here. So, with that being said, we can go down here to your gear selector. Now it's a little bit different from a normal car in the fact that it's sort of electronic, and you don't have an actual park button there. See, the gas engine just kicked on because the battery was getting low there. That's pretty cool. So to switch it into reverse, you kind of bring it over and up, so now it's in reverse, and you see that we have the backup camera there, and it's a wide angle display. That's why the Avalon looks like a limousine there. So we can put it over into neutral and then down for drive, and if you want to put it into park, just press that button right there, and we're in park. So then up here you have a drive mode select, which it will tell you what mode you're on up here. So this is eco mode, normal mode, and then you have power mode, which will give you all the power to do all kinds of canyon coverings and whatever you need there. You also have an EV mode where it will just run on the electric power there. Down here is pretty cool. You have an electric, or rather a wireless charging pad. You can just turn it on here, and you can use that with whatever phone that has the capabilities of wireless charging. Now down here you notice on normal Priuses they usually have a white design, which I think might get dirty in some cases. So this is an optional extra which I really do recommend, and it's the black console plaque here. And it'll really, I think, keep it cleaner here. So down here you have the two cup holders, and this will go down so you could use that space and you could pick it up like that. Over here you also have your console here, and it's a nice cloth material, and it's softly padded. And if we go ahead and open that up, so you have a tray right here and a pretty deep amount of storage there, so you'll be good with that, cluttering it up and all that stuff. So taking a look at the passenger side there now, I'm not sure if you guys heard that, but the motor just shut off. The motor was just charging the electric battery there, so it just shut off there. So over here is your passenger quarters, and it has a really cool dash design, and it's all sort of a softer material there. You also have your passenger seat there. So up here is your manually dimming mirror. You have a cubby for your shades. You also have some little illumination there. And you can turn the lights to where they will come on when the door opens, or just all on. And over here is you have a visor and a mirror with a light up top. And you also have a handle up here as well. So that's pretty much it for the driver's seat here. Let's go ahead and power it off, so we could go ahead and check out the rear cabin now. Before we leave the front cabin, I'd like to point out that when I shut this car down, it's recommending something that we can do to maximize fuel economy. So it's recommending to put the air conditioning at a more moderate temperature, which is actually really cool. So now let's go ahead and check out the rear cabin here. So you see that you still have this moonstone accenting here, and the rear door panel is really not lacking in any quality at all. You know, you have a bottle holder down here, you have an automatic window switch, your chrome door handle, and you even have a speaker back here. So a really nice design for the back bench seat. And they also do fold 60/40 there for more cargo room. So I do have some pretty significant amount of space, seeing that the back seat is all the way back. Can't go back anymore. So you have a map pocket back here. You also have a power outlet. You have some illumination up here, some handles and a coat hook, as well as your armrest back here with 2 cup holders. And I really do like the blue stitching that corresponds with the blue on the air vents there. So next, let's go ahead and take a look at the front passenger space. So the front passenger door does have the keyless entry system as well. And this door is much like the driver's in the fact that it has a few less buttons. You have this really nice gloss accenting here on the door. You also have a bunch of storage space as well. So the passenger seat is manual. And let's go ahead and check out the glove box. So the glove box has all kinds of literature in there, and it looks like you have a pretty decent amount of space, and it's all lined in nice plastic, so that's good. And you have this really cool design where you can maybe kind of put some envelopes or something in there. Really cool design for the front cabin. Very impressed by this brand new Prius. It's a big improvement upon the last generation. So now let's go ahead and check out the trunk. So right next to the backup camera, you see you have a little sensor right here, and when you press that, the trunk will open for you, and it's a really wide opening, and it's also a tall opening too, so you can get some pretty big stuff back here. You have a really good amount of storage space, and keep in mind you can fold down the rear seats too. So you have some grocery bag hangers right here, as well as a light for a night. And you also have the vehicle's mats back here. And there also is a handle to close the trunk right there. So I know this is the moment all you eco-friendly people are waiting for, the gas mileage. So the all-new 2016 Prius does get amazing gas mileage. And it is 50 in the city and 54 on the highway, which absolutely just blows my mind. And it's a really great looking redesigned car. So to conclude this video, thank you guys very much for watching, and make sure you stay tuned for future in-depth reviews.